No.
Lots of sentences put together is called what? Who remembers? Imad, what is it called when you have lots of sentences on the same topic that are put together?
Paragraph?
Yes.
Good job. So you guys wrote a paragraph about the little hummingbird story, right? About the story elements specifically in the little hummingbird. So we have two different jobs today. Our first job is to learn about something called prefixes, which is a part of words or a part of our writing. And then the second is we're going to read a new story and talk about the story elements together, okay? So we've got to move a little bit quickly today because we've got a lot to do. Ready, Freddies? Yeah, thumbs up. All right, here we go. We're going to skip out on we do what we can today just because we've got so much to do. Before we start though, friends, I want to remind you to use the chat only for things that pertain to what we're learning about or questions that you have about what we're learning about. So as much as we love to talk to each other and say, hi, how are you? We need to make sure that we're not distracting each other with those messages, okay? Got me? Okay. So, Miss Isla, you want to tell friends what a prefix is?
I would love to tell friends what a prefix is. So friends, what is a prefix? So a few letters placed at the beginning of a word. So pre means in the beginning, okay? So it's put at the beginning of the word and it changes the word's meaning. So we're gonna talk about 3 prefixes, okay? Say it after me. Say dis.
Dis.
Say un.
Un.
Say non.
Non.
Good. So those are the 3 prefixes that we're going to focus on: dis, un, and non. And when we put those words in front of a base word, it's going to change the meaning. So if the word is friendly, but you put the word un in front of it, it becomes unfriendly. So friendly means nice, but if we put the word un in front of it, which means not, then it makes the word not friendly, not nice.
Yeah. So the base word is just a regular word. We call it a base word because we're going to add to it, but essentially a base word is just a word like friendly or happy or living or loyal. Words like those are just base words or regular words. The prefixes are the little chunks that you put at the beginning. I see people raising hands. Tamara, do you have a question or are you just holding your hand up? You're muted, babe.
Holding my hand up.
Okay.
Just holding it up.
B, did you have a question? Your hand was up too. No? Okay. All right. So I want to show you a couple examples of base words plus prefixes. So I'm going to let that friend in. Okay. Here we have dis plus honest. Which one of those is the base word? Dis or honest? Raise your hand.
Dis.
Raise your hand, Imad.
The base word.
Dis.
Nope.
This is not the base word. Remember, the base word is the bigger word that we take and we add something to. So which one of those is the base word?
Honest.
Honest.
Yes.
Good. And dis is called the prefix. On its own, dis is not like a word you would use all the time. And the word that is a real word isn't spelled like that. So we take the prefix dis, the base word honest, and we put them together. And what word do we have? London?
You're muted.
Word.
Right here. So we took dis, honest.
Honest.
put 'em
Smushed
together.
it together.
Dishonest.
Good. Dishonest.
Good.
So everyone do this with me. Take your hands. Put dis in this hand, honest in this hand, and put them together and say dishonest.
Dishonest.
Good.
Dishonest. Yep. So friends, honest means to tell the
Dishonest.
truth. Dis means not to. So when you put it together, it means not to tell the truth.
Do you see
Not
how
to
we
do-
changed the meaning of that word? We changed it from honest to dishonest. Those words are,
Yeah.
they mean different things. Let's look at the second one. We have un and willing. Which one of those is the base word? On or willing? Briella?
Willing.
Good. Willing is the base word. That's the word that we're going to add to. So un is the what? Go ahead, Briella, you can say it. If willing is the base word, then un is the...
Is that the
Prefix.
Yeah.
Good girl.
Prefix. All right, so take your hands, get them back out. Let me see them. I'm waiting for you to have your hands. Okay, put un in this hand. Willing in this hand.
willing?
Unwilling. Put them together.
Unwilling.
What do we have?
This on.
Un.
Willing.
Unwilling.
Good job, Anaya. So unwilling. Let's try another one. Put non in this hand. Put stop in this hand. Put them together. Non-stop. What do I have?
Non-stop.
Non-stop. So that means
Non-stop.
going. Good. Tamara, do you have a question, friend?
I forgot.
Oh, okay. If you remember, let me know, okay? All right, we're gonna do a little more practice with making new words with prefixes. So what Miss Dishley and I did is we put base words over here, and you're gonna tell us which of these prefixes you think we should add to the word to make a new word. Should we add non, dis, or un to these words? We'll say them one at a time, okay? You can raise your hand. You can even type in the chat if you want, because you only have to type a few letters. So the first word is helpful. Am I going to add non? So
And that would make non-helpful.
dishelpful or unhelpful? Which of those makes sense?
Which of those is a real word?
Listen,
Unhelpful.
in the chat. Anaya, what did you say?
Unhelpful.
Good, Anaya. And Imad also said unhelpful. Adanya said unhelpful. Looks like others are still typing. So finish up if you are. You are correct.
Good job, friends.
Did you see my cool effects there that I did?
Yeah, that was really good.
Thank you. Good job, B. Okay, the next word is able. Non-able, disable, or unable. There's actually two right answers for this one.
Disable.
Good, disable. Jamie, what do you think?
Unable.
Unable would work too, yeah. So this one says unable, but you could use either of those prefixes. Good job, Tamara. Good job, Wendy.
Good job, friends.
You're doing really great. Yeah, Danya, I have said that word before. You're right. Okay, the next word is loyal. Non-loyal, disloyal, or unloyal. What do you think?
Which one makes sense?
Actually, this one also could have two different answers, I think. We have on. So this one is disloyal. Unloyal, I also think would work, right, Misty?
Yeah, I think
But usually we would say disloyal. Adanya, one time, please. Thank you. So disloyal is the one that works the best there. Okay, the next word is organized. Would I put non, dis, or un in front of it? Organized. Jamie, what do you think?
Disorganized.
Disorganized. Briella thinks un. Again, both of those are real words. So we put disorganized, but unorganized is also a wonderful word to use. So a lot of these you can do multiple different ways. You can put them, you can make different words out of them. Okay, living, non, dis, or un. If you went to kindergarten at DCS, you probably know this one.
this one only has one that makes sense.
Yeah. for a hand or a chat. Unliving? Maybe.
Unliving?
I don't think so.
Not on.
Non. This.
Not B says non-living, and B, you are correct.
Yay.
Non-living. They're opposites. Okay, last one. Verbal. Non-verbal, disverbal, unverbal. Verbal means like
Talking.
On.
make noise. What'd you say, B?
On.
Got a lot of un.
Not on.
I see people saying non. Good job. So non-verbal is. All right, so remember, before we switch gears a little bit, the base word is the word to start with, the bigger chunk of the word that can be on its own. And the prefix are the 2 or 3 letters that you put at the beginning of the word to change the meaning.
Prefixes always go in the beginning of the base word. They go before the base word.
Do you have questions about prefixes?
It's just
Are
too much.
we good to move on? Okay, I think we're good. If you feel like you need some review of that, you can go back and you can rewatch this part of the video, okay? All right, so here are our learning targets for our read aloud today. I can recount the story, The Lizard and the Sun, by using story elements from the text. And then I can determine the central message of The Lizard and the Sun based on how the characters respond to the problem.
So friends, you're gonna fill out a story element chart, and it's just like the one we've been doing. So it's the same story elements, the beginning, the middle, the end, the central message.
Yeah, we're gonna work on that together, friends, today actually. And then for your work, you're gonna work on prefixes. I'm not sure if we'll get all the way through the story elements, but if we don't, we can do them together on Monday, okay?
Sounds good.
I'm good. I'm going to open up a new share, and I'm gonna share a video of a read aloud for you, friends. The reason being you can see the pictures better when it's on a video than when I show you like this, okay?
Okay.
So you're all on mute, and I'm gonna stop talking too, and Misty Chalet, but we do need to make sure that we're all focused on listening to the story so we know how to answer the story elements, okay?
Friends, real quick before we get started, it says the lizard and the sun, but then it also says the lizard and the sun in a different language, which is kind of cool about this text.
Yeah, this text is actually on every page, friends. I'll show you in my book. On every page, it has the story in English, and then on the next page in Spanish. It's a pretty cool book. All right, here we go.
The Lizard and the Sun, written by Alma Flor Ada, illustrated by Felipe Dávalos.
Can we hear it?
The whole world knows that the sun comes out every day. Some days it shines brightly in a clear blue sky. Other days clouds cover the sun and its light is much paler. When the clouds let loose their load of rain, the sun disappears behind a curtain of water. There are places where it snows. During a snowstorm, the sun also stays hidden. But even when clouds, rain, or snow hide under the sun, we know that it's still there. The story I'm going to tell you happened a long, long time ago when the sun had really disappeared. It had been many days since the sun had come out. Everything was dark. All of the plants, the animals, and the people were waiting anxiously for the sun to appear. But the sun did not come out, and everything remained in darkness. The people were cold. The birds had stopped singing, and the children had stopped playing. Everyone was worried and afraid, for this had never happened before. The animals decided to go out in search of the sun. The fish and the turtles looked in the rivers and lakes, but the sun was not there. The green frogs and the wide-mouthed toads looked through all the puddles, but the sun was not there.
Friends, what is the problem so far? London?
The problem is the sun is not there.
They lost the sun. Exactly. Okay, keep listening.
The rabbits and the hares searched through the fields. The jaguar searched through the green jungle where he lives, but the sun was nowhere to be found. The birds searched through the branches where they made their nests, and the majestic eagle flew over the mountaintops and the cones of the volcanoes, but no one could find the sun. And little by little, all of the animals stopped looking. All of them except for the lizard. The lizard kept on looking for the sun. She climbed rocks, scurried up tree trunks, and peered under leaves, searching, always searching. Finally, one day, she saw something very strange. She was scampering over some rocks when she saw that one of them was shining as though it had a light inside. The lizard had never seen many rocks in her life. She had seen rocks that were smooth and polished, and rocks that were smooth and sharp. She had seen shiny gray rocks and dual dark ones, but she had never seen a rock that shone as much as this one did. It shone so brightly that it seemed to glow. So with great excitement, the lizard ran off to the city to share her discovery. At last, the lizard reached the city. Even though there had been no sunlight for many days, the people had kept on working. The barges floated softly in the waters of the lagoon, laden with fruits and flowers. In the enormous marketplace, the vendors had laid out their wares on beautiful woven blankets. The pyramids of fruits and vegetables looked like tiny copies of the great stone pyramids that loomed over the city. But without the sun's light, no one could see the brilliant colors of the peppers and tomatoes, the beautiful deep colors of the blankets and shawls. Instead, the flickering torches that lit the marketplace cast deep shadows. And instead of the cheerful bustle of people buying and selling and having a good time, there was low murmur of worried voices, wondering how long this endless night might last. The lizard did not stop to look at the barges or at the market squares. She did not stop to look at the silent crowd that walked through the plaza. Instead, she headed straight for the grand palace and did not stop until she was in front of the throne. Here, by the dim light of the torches, the lizard saw the great emperor. He wore sandals made of gold and a tall crown made of beautiful feathers. "Sir, I have seen a rock which shone with a strange light," said the lizard. "Move the rock so you can see why it shines," ordered the emperor. The lizard did what the emperor had commanded. She returned to where the rock lay and tried to move it. She tried to push it with her 2 front legs and then with her 2 hind legs, but the rock did not move. At last, the lizard pushed the rock with her whole body.
Bless you.
Did not
Thank you,
budge.
Briella.
You're welcome.
There was nothing left for the lizard to do but go back to the city. She crossed one of the whole wide bridges, passed by the marketplace, arrived at the grand palace, and went straight to the emperor. She found him sitting on the same throne, surrounded by the smoke of the torches. "I'm very sorry, sir," she said. "I did everything I could, but I could not move the rock." The emperor wanted very much to see this glowing rock, so he decided to go back with the lizard. But first he called for the woodpecker. "I want you to come with us," the emperor said to the woodpecker. And so the 3 of them, the emperor, the lizard, and the woodpecker, went to see the glowing rock. When they reached the rock, the emperor said to the woodpecker, "I want you to hit that rock hard with your beak." The woodpecker obeyed the emperor. He gave the rock a sharp peck with his strong break, and the rock split open. And inside the rock was all the sun, all curled up and fast asleep. The emperor was very happy to see the sun again. The world had been very cold and dark without him. "Wake him up, woodpecker," ordered the emperor. And the woodpecker pecked several times on the rock. "Tock, tock, tock," went the woodpecker's beak as it struck the hard rock. The sun opened one eye, but he immediately closed it again and went right on sleeping.
What's up, Adania? What did you want to share?
Like sun is gone? Is it like the sun is like gone?
Yeah, like it's dark. We need it to come back. Let's keep listening.
Wake up, son, said the lizard. All of the animals have been looking for you.
Briella, you have something to share too?
Is this a true story?
No, this is not a true story. This is one of those folk tales. Like it's been around for a long time.
Okay.
The son did not answer. He just stretched a bit and went on sleeping. Wake up, son, said the woodpecker. All of the birds have been waiting for you. But the son yawned an enormous yawn and kept on sleeping. Get up, son, said the emperor. The entire city needs you. But the son just said, leave me in peace. I want to sleep. The emperor knew that he had to do something. Without the sun, the plants could not grow, and his people would not have any food to eat. Without the sun, the children could not go out to play, the birds could not come out to sing, and the flowers would not bloom. So the emperor said to the sun, wouldn't you like to see some beautiful dances? I will ask the finest musicians and dancers to play and dance for you. That will help you wake up. Well, if you want me to wake up, ask them to start playing their liveliest music and to keep right on playing and dancing, answered the sun. So the emperor called for the finest dancers and musicians. The dancers, all adorned with beautiful feathers of many colors, danced in the plaza in front of the highest pyramid. The loud, joyful music played on, and the sun woke up, climbed to the highest point in the sky, and shone down over everyone, lighting the whole earth. The emperor called for the emerald-colored lizard. He put her on the palm of his hand and thanked her for having helped to find the sun. Then he called for the red-breasted woodpecker. He asked him to stand on his shoulder and thanked him for having helped to wake up the sun. Every year from then on, the emperor organized a great feast with joyful music and beautiful dances so that the sun would never again fall asleep, hidden away inside a rock. And since that day, all lizards love to lie in the sun. They like to remember the day when one of their own found the sun's hiding place and helped bring him back to give light and warmth to everyone. The end.
I love that story.
I love that story too. So since that was kind of long, friends, we only have a couple of minutes left. So let's just talk about a few of the story elements and then we can finish talking about them on Monday, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, so can we all see this here? It's kind of small, but I want to move the boxes, so I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, so what do you think is the setting or where the story takes place of the lizard and the sun? London?
Like in the desert?
The desert, yeah, kind of. Where else? Iman?
The village? A village?
Yeah, so they call it their city, right? So we wrote city, but also kind of in the desert, kind of in a village, a market type. So you're all correct. Good job.
We couldn't say that it happened underwater, right? Like it didn't happen underwater. So we have to like think of where it actually happened for the setting.
Who are the main characters? So there's a lot of characters, lots of different animals, again, just like the little hummingbird. Who are the main characters? Daviana?
The hummingbird.
Not in this story. Not the hummingbird. Who's this little guy?
The woodpecker.
The woodpecker is, yeah. Who's this guy though?
The lizard.
The lizard, yeah. Good job. B, who else?
The sun.
The sun, yeah. There's another really important guy in the story. He's really important to them. I'll show you his picture. Maybe you can remember him. Here it is. Can you see him?
Anyone remember what his name is?
He's
What's the lizard?
Not the lizard.
London. You remember his name? Gabriella, go ahead.
The emperor.
Yeah, good job. He's the emperor. So again, there's a lot of characters in this book. Here are just the people,
Emad, good job.
the animal, the lizard, the emperor, the woodpecker. All right, let's talk just about the problem, and then we'll finish the rest of it on Monday. So what's the problem in this story? It's a big problem. Viviana, go ahead.
They can't find the sun.
They
Because
can't find the sun.
flowers wouldn't grow, we wouldn't have food, bees wouldn't exist.
Yeah,
You're right.
went away, and the people and the animals, they're getting cold, right? The sun gives us warmth and light. All right, so we have to stop there. I'm gonna just show you your assignment super, super quick, and then you're gonna get moving on it. Like we said, you're working on prefixes for your assignment, okay? So it's going to look just like this. You have a name. You're gonna tell us about the base words in these two questions. You're gonna add prefixes to these two words, and then you're going to identify the prefix in the last word. So it's just super important that you read the directions and you'll know exactly what to do, okay?
If you need to rewatch the beginning of this video to help you, you can. We talked all about prefixes and base words.
Yeah, I'll put it
Me
up.
and my mom always watch it.
Good. I'll put it up as soon as it loads, okay? It takes a few minutes to load up on you. But other than that,
Okay.
you'll be all right.
Bye.
All right.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah, have a good weekend, friends, and we'll see you on Monday.